You ever wake up to a phone call that's so out of left field you wonder if maybe you're still dreaming or if maybe someone else is about to have the worst day of their life and you're just a bystander? Yeah, that's how my day started. 5:43 in the morning, pitch dark birds, not even thinking about singing yet, and my phone's vibrating like it's got a grudge. I grab it, eyes half glued shut, thinking either somebody's in the hospital or the government needs me back in Nevada, because those are about the only calls you get at that hour. Nope. Mr. Donovan, this cheerful, fake, polite voice says, "Why are you still at the property? You're supposed to be out by 900. It's eviction day." And just like that, I'm awake, heart thumping, adrenaline pounding, wide-eyed in my own bed. Eviction day. What? Yes, sir, he chirps. The property was declared abandoned. It's reverted to Silverbrush Lakes, HOA control. Please have your things out by 9. I hang up, not because I'm done, but because nobody's taken my house before I get some caffeine and figure out if this is a prank, a scam, or just a new low in American bureaucracy. I'm not even part of an HOA, never was, never will be. My land sits in the woods, private, clear as day on every deed and record from here to the county office. I bought it straight up notarized and everything. No way anyone's taking it right. 10 minutes later, I'm at my computer digging through scanned deeds, double-checking records. Everything matches. Still me, still mine, no mention of Silverbrush Lakes, no surprise boundaries, nothing. And then, because apparently this is just how my luck runs, a black SUV creeps up my driveway. Not subtle, not neighborly. Two guys get out, one in a windbreaker stamped with the HOA's logo, the other with a clipboard and a folder thick enough to choke a horse. I hit record on the little audio keychain I keep for moments just like this old habits from my investigative days die hard and go outside. Clipboard guy launches into his script. "We're here on behalf of Silverbrush Lakes HOA. Your parcel's been transferred to community control due to non-use and abandonment. Section 7 protocol, emergency session vote, no curb activity." No curb activity, he says, and I can't help it, I laugh. I don't have a curb. I've got deer and pine trees. He flips open the folder and shows me a photo of my leaf-covered yard. "Taken during your absence," he announces. Confirms non-use. "I was on a work assignment in Nevada, you muppet, I think, but keep my cool." "This is fraud," I say, holding up my own very real notarized deed. "You've got 30 seconds to get off my land before I call the sheriff." And then clipboard guy's buddy leans in smirking. "You don't know how this place works." Karen doesn't like being told no. That's the first time I hear her name, but not the last. I watch them drive off. Gravel, spinning adrenaline still humming in my veins. It's not just an HOA power trip. This is something organized, something dirty. I've seen it before, only from the other side of the fence, investigating people who bend rules until they snap. Now I'm the target. I lock myself in my office, pull up the county's portal, and there it is. A new record stamped 5 days ago, my land reacquired for community benefit by certified action of Silverbrush Lakes HOA. Digital signature notaries seal official-looking nonsense about abandonment and reallocation. They even claim I voluntarily surrendered my rights by missing a verification inspection while I was out of state. Not a single letter. No warning, nothing. I call an old contact at the title office. She whispers, "We've seen this before. Same HOA, same tactics. They've got someone inside updating records late at night to make it look routine." She asks if I want her to flag my file. "Hell yes," I say, and I drive straight to the county office, papers in hand, ready to fight. I file for a property hold hand over every scrap of evidence, tax records, deployment logs, affidavits signed and stamped. They timestamp everything, and by the time I'm back home, a black sedan is parked just down the road watching. Maybe paranoia, maybe just the new reality when someone tries to erase you from your own life. I can't sleep. I review signatures, find the notary stamp is from someone retired 3 years ago. It's professional, but it's also desperate. I map every date and movement, build a case file, then call an investigator friend in Arizona. Let me guess, she says dryly, "Fake abandonment HOA grabs the land for the community fund." Nailed it. I send her everything. She says she'll get it to someone real. The next morning, my adrenaline's replaced with cold calculation. This isn't a mix-up, it's a hostile takeover, and these people know exactly what they're doing. By sunrise, I've got the ADA on the phone, a restraining order filed, county records frozen. But it doesn't stop. Karen herself shows up dressed like she's running for HOA President of the Year, fake smile plastered on trying to resolve things without legal escalation. She offers to undo the documents if I pull my filings, offers to cover my legal fees as a gesture of goodwill. All with that syrupy, threatening undertone that says she's not used to people telling her no. I tell her point blank, "You tried to steal my house and now you want to erase the evidence." Her face drops the act. "People who fight me don't sleep well for long," she warns. Fires happen, accidents. Federal types always think you're immune, but this is Colorado. We handle things differently. I don't budge. I record every word, back it up in triplicate, send it to my lawyer and the prosecutor. The next day, the DA's office is all over it. They assign a detective, the state licensing board opens an inquiry, and a neighbor slides a flyer under my gate. Mr. Donovan is not the legal owner of Parcel 47B. He is unlawfully occupying community land. Karen's propaganda is in full swing. But then something shifts. Neighbors start emailing, asking if I'm really a squatter if I threaten Karen. I send them the facts, my deed, the restraining order, the state's freeze notice, and a lovely audio clip of Karen threatening arson. Word spreads. At the next HOA meeting, I show up with my lawyer, Amanda, who, by the way, could peel the paint off a courtroom wall. Karen's facade cracks in front of the whole room. Residents start questioning, board members get nervous, and within days, 2 of them resign. Then the sabotage starts. My mailbox torn off its post, strangers lurking at night cameras, picking up figures on the tree line. I'm not rattled anymore, just angry, just stubborn. Amanda calls with an update. The audit finds $200, $1,000, missing records, faked dues wired to shell companies out in Nevada. We're in RICO territory now, organized crime, not just HOA bullying. Things spiral fast. Karen hires goons to intimidate me. They shout threats, throw rocks, but I've got cameras, the sheriff's number on speed dial, and I press charges for everything. Then a twist. Doris, an older woman in a cardigan, shows up at the fence, trembling. She's an original board member, and she's been lied to, too. She hands over proof. Karen forged her signature, faked board votes, abused emergency quorums that don't even exist. Doris is scared, but she stands up anyway. With her evidence, Amanda freezes the HOA's accounts, the DA issues search warrants, and the sheriff picks Karen up an hour later. Fraud, conspiracy, intimidation, attempted unlawful seizure, the works. The news spreads, the trial makes headlines. Former board members testify, the goons cut deals. Doris gives a quiet statement, and the jury convicts Karen on 7 counts. 16 years. The HOA gets dissolved, the stolen funds are returned, and for the first time in months, I get a real honest silence. These days, Amanda and I help other folks fighting HOA abuse. Sometimes I get calls from old neighbors, sometimes reporters come around. But my favorite days are the quiet ones when I'm out by my gate carving a stone marker from a hunk of Colorado granite. I set it by the old mailbox spot just so nobody forgets. The words say, "Private property not subject to HOA." Trespassers will be recorded, reported, and embarrassed. This land belongs to a man who doesn't forget. So tell me, what would you have done? Stand up and fight, or just hope the storm passed by? Let me know down in the comments. And if you've ever tangled with a crooked HOA or been caught in a mess like this, I want to hear your story. Because sometimes the only way to stop people like Karen is to remind them some folks don't just roll over and disappear.